Up here among Canada's sugar maple trees, it may still look like winter, but spring has finally arrived. The forest is waking from its slumber, and beneath the bark of these 200-year-old trees, sap has begun to flow. The months of February, March, and April are maple syrup season in Rigaud, Quebec. And it starts as the water, as the maple water.
Yeah, and it all goes up in vapor. That's the story of my life.
For Pierre Fauché, the entire year boils down to a precious few days. With these high ceilings and the smoke, it's very magical. It's like a church.
Well, it is it's a blessing of spring.
Yes.
It is like a cathedral. And all the trees out there are the pillars of the cathedral.
Right. When the sap is flowing, Fauché and his team at the Sucrerie de la Montagne, the sugar shack of the mountain, work religiously, stoking the fire beneath the evaporator, taking just the occasional break to sing with their mascot and to sample the product.
Cheers.
Cheers. To health.
To health. I've been drinking this for years. Look.
It's working for you. It takes 40 gallons of sap to produce 1 gallon of maple syrup. And the precious sap flows only when nights are below freezing and days are above freezing. So how do you do this? Do you have a hand drill?
Yep.
Frigid temperatures during our visit prevented Pierre's son, Stéphane, from even showing us how to tap a tree. And that's a half-inch bit? Uh-oh, the bit broke. It must be cold out.
It's very cold.
The sap runs only about 25 days each year, which explains why maple syrup is such a prized commodity.
We're talking actually 1 barrel of maple syrup. We're talking about 32 gallons. We're talking about $1,200 to $1,500 value. So it's 10 times crude oil.
10 times more valuable than crude oil.
Yes.
Simone Trépanier manages Quebec's Maple Syrup Producers Federation. Quebec produces about 3/4 of the world's supply, giving Trépanier's group plenty of clout in global markets. Is it fair to say that the Federation is the OPEC of maple syrup?
Yeah, a lot of people are telling us that. And when we analyzed both organizations, it's about the same.
Still, it came as a shock last year when thieves stole 6 million pounds of syrup from the Federation's strategic maple reserve. Yes, the province of Quebec actually has its own strategic reserve of maple syrup. Quebec's people consume 10 times more maple syrup per capita than those of us south of the border. Just look how it flows at the Sucrerie de la Montagne.
Today, we're the biggest producer in the world of maple syrup. That's something, eh?
There's maple taffy poured out onto snow, and platters of pancakes to fuel a wild rumpus.
If you've ever wondered what 200 kids who have been drinking maple syrup all morning looks like, this is it.
When people taste maple syrup, they want more.
Well, they say, Pierre, more.
You hear that a lot?
More Pierre.
Nice. For Pierre Fauché, maple syrup is more than a sweet treat. It's the gift of spring, and sharing that gift is his life's calling.
And what do you do when you're in love? You want to tell the whole world.
You scream from the mountaintop.
Yeah.